After spending a year in Sri Lanka, I've discovered the vibrant flavours of its cuisine and its deep connection to the land, history and community. Each dish tells a story, and living amongst locals, attending traditional festivals and sharing meals with families has enriched my appreciation of the culinary art. This immense experience has allowed me not just to learn about the food itself, but about the cultural significance behind each meal. I hope my experience can be passed on to you. Please enjoy. Sri Lanka is a paradise that charms both the palate and the soul. Vibrant markets filled with fresh produce, spices and the tantalizing aroma of street food wafting through the air. From the zesty flavors of a classic curry to the comforting embrace of hoppers, every bite tells a story of culture and tradition. Whether you are savoring on a bowl of delicious kottu or sipping on a soothing cup of Ceylon tea, Sri Lanka invites you to experience its rich flavors and serene landscapes. Sri Lanka is a journey for the senses. I just want to show you some regular or common spices for Sri Lankan cooking. So let's take a look at the top there. We've got some crushed chili, turmeric, chili powder, gorica. Gorica is a dried fruit, a little bit like tamarind. That's used as a souring kind of agent. Good for chicken and meat, and especially for fish. Goes in lots of curries. Cloves, mustard seeds, fenugreek or methi seeds, cinnamon. Of course, cinnamon in Sri Lanka is grown here. It's absolutely wonderful. Rampa or pandan leaves, curry leaves, and then curry powders. Very common. You get a light and a roasted. The roasted kind of goes in a little bit near the end usually. It's got a lovely, wonderful, just roasted flavor to it. And the common one there is the kind of base. But yeah, these are kind of not all the spices used in Sri Lanka, but very, very common. The most kind of common ones, I would say. Okay. So what we're going to do is get some potatoes together, about 4 or 5 cups in total. I'm just going to peel them up and I'm going to cut them. Well, you're going to see how I'm going to cut them now, but in this kind of nice, kind of chunky wedge kind of way. So we're going to get them together, and then it's quite an unusual way of cooking this because we're going to put them into a pot. You can see I've got my kind of terracotta thing here, and we're going to add some curry leaves, a little bit of pandan leaf, about half a cup of onion, maybe less actually, tablespoon of garlic, some salt, a couple of teaspoons of turmeric. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of water, not too much. We're not going to cover it at all. So maybe just 1 or 2 cups of water. And then we're going to get that mixed up. We're going to just give it a little mix, and then we're going to pop that on the stove, and we're going to cook it for about 4 to 5 minutes only at this stage. So these potatoes are not cooked at all yet. You know, they're still very, very firm indeed. Now we're going to be adding some more ingredients. So I'm going to start off by putting in just a little bit of cinnamon. We can add some fresh chili. Going to get some black pepper in there. I'm going to put like a teaspoon of black pepper powder in. And then we're going to add coconut milk to this. About 400 ml of coconut milk. So we're going to cook this now until your potatoes are tender. This is really, really simple and massively popular in Sri Lanka. The only other thing we're going to do to this, I mean, you could eat this just like this if you want, no problem. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to temper it. So in a very small pan, I'm going to put in some coconut oil. I'm putting about 5 tablespoons in. You can put less if you want, but I like a lot in there. A little bit of onion's going to go into it. 3 teaspoons of black mustard seeds. Handful of curry leaves are going to go in, fresh curry leaves, and a teaspoon of turmeric. And we're just going to whiz that around, you know, on a kind of medium heat, just for like, you know, 60, 70 seconds only. Now you can add lots of other things to this. You could add cardamom, you could add cumin seeds, you could add dried red chili, entirely up to you. So spin it around, and then very simply we're going to pour that over our delicious potatoes. We're going to give that a mix, and this dish is done. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this one.